the Lord Jesus Christ, everybody. Chris Davis, MC Rayma, coming back to you again with another Relationship 101. And if I had to title today, I would say, was it the serpent or the spirit that was in the serpent? If you go back to the book of Genesis where the serpent deceived Eve, we find out that there was a spirit of deception in operation that caused an action that brought division in a relationship. You might say, what do I mean by division? Because it started the blame game. God said to Adam, Adam, where art thou? He said, the woman you gave me. She said, the serpent deceived me. So there was a division started based on some deception. Now I would have to ask you, was it the serpent as you look at a snake or a lizard or reptile type creature, or was it the spirit in operation in that creature? And the reason I ask that is because if you go to the book of Revelations, you'll see where the serpent was locked up for 1,000 years. You'll see many references to the serpent in the book of Revelations and through the Bible. So you would have to ask, that would be a pretty old and a very large snake, or God is not dealing with the physical sense, he's dealing with the spirit. Because you have to remember, God is spirit. So when God speaks, he's speaking spiritually. And what happens a lot of times, like Eve, we say, the serpent deceived me. Adam says, the woman you gave me, without ever looking at the spirit that was in operation. A lot of times if we look in our relationships, we see that the person that we're with does something that's out of their character, and yet we blame them instead of praying and dealing with the spirit that's behind their actions. Sometimes they've been deceived, and sometimes it's a root of bitterness or other things that they've allowed to fester in their spirit and to grow. But either way, dealing with the physical person does not get you the results that you want, because if you truly want your relationship, you need to deal with the spirit that's in operation in that relationship. And instead of doing what Adam did sometimes and saying, the woman you gave me, and as Eve did saying, the serpent deceived me, we have to take some personal accountability. When we say, well, wait a minute, hold up. Was I praying properly for my spouse, or did I allow the enemy to come in and have a conversation? And I'm talking to the men right now. Was I spending time with my spouse? Was I praying for her, covering her, protecting her, keeping her? Or did I allow the enemy to creep in and have a conversation while I was either doing something else or standing by and watching and being passive? Eve, or women, were you listening to something that you knew you should not have been listening to? Did you allow some man or someone to place an image of words that painted a picture of something that you thought you wanted, but didn't know the consequences behind what you thought you wanted? And that goes in both ways, because it's not just women who are deceived. A lot of times men, we are too, let's just be real, or we're just being rebellious. Because in the case with Adam and Eve, we knew what we were supposed to do, but yet we did something different because we allowed a conversation to take place. But the thing is, was it the serpent, or was it Satan operating in the serpent? So many times demonic spirits and different influences are in operation in our spouse. We got to remember to deal with the root of it, not deal with the surface. As y'all heard me say many times, the why behind the what. You may know what they did, but find out why they did it. And if we take personal responsibility, and a lot of times ask, did we do anything to contribute to it? Maybe at that point it begins to bring positive change in the relationship. So again, ask yourself the next time your spouse is acting up or acting like they done lost their ever-loving mind. Is it them, or is it the spirit that's in operation in them? And then once you figure that part out, ask yourself this question: did I do something to allow it? Was I standing by while a conversation was taking place and I was passive? Or was I too busy to pray for, to cover, to protect, to do what I should have done. Women, same thing goes for you. Were you too busy to take care of your spouse and gave the enemy the opportunity to come in? Again, this is MC Rayma. Make sure you see what's in operation in your relationship and deal with it from the root. God bless you.